My daughter turned 2 last week, and you'd like her. You'd really like her. She's happy, she's healthy, she's fun, she's got a great sense of humor, and she's bright. She burns through flashcards for kids twice her age. And you'd like her. But she's never been to a top town, not a proper one. She's never been to even McDonald's Playland because of the measures that we've put into this world. And for her and kids like her, is this what we're going to do? Are we going to tell them masks are forever? You have to wear a mask for the rest of your life in all of these settings. Are we going to tell them you need a needle twice a year just to keep up? Are we going to tell them lockdowns happen once a year, you're just going to have to be locked in? Are we going to tell them you need ID? You need to prove your health status to go in this store and buy a chocolate bar. I'm sorry, little girl, you can't go in the store to buy a chocolate bar. Are we going to threaten parents of children like this with their livelihoods so that the kids suffer at the bottom, so that the parents suffer and the kids suffer? And that's where we're going with this. Are we going to make it so that she grows up on Zoom school, looking at a screen? Her and kids like her. I mean, is that what we're headed towards? Is that their future? Because that doesn't seem like a human future to me. You know, if you're a supervisor, or a manager, or a senior manager, or a frontline worker, and you're asked to do something that you feel is wrong, or you know is wrong, you look in your heart and you go, this is wrong, but I'm going to do it. You're going to have to look at yourself in the mirror every day and say, I'm going to live with this. I'm living with what I'm doing to somebody else. It's not humanitarian, and you know it. You know, I know there are people watching this, and they're going to say, you don't know how big this goes, Ed. You don't know how globally gigantic this is. And trust me, like I do. I really do. I know. I know what's happening in Australia. I know what's happening in Austria and Germany. I know what's happening in New Brunswick. And I know what our provinces have done to us. And I'm telling you it's wrong. And you know it's wrong. And if you pretend to think it's not wrong, just so you can save your own conscience, well, you're not going to have fun with yourself the rest of your life. It's not, this isn't the right path forward. You know it. You know it, I know it. I don't want to make a video that's like, think of the children, but think of the children. Is this the future? Is this the new normal? Is this what we're leaving? At least I want to make something so that in 20 years, if my daughter looks at me and says, how could you let this happen? How could you stand by and say nothing while they took all of our freedoms from us? From me and all of the other people my age. You know, we could have had the life you had when we grew up. And you sat there and did nothing. And you said nothing. I couldn't. I have no rebuttal to that. So I have to at least tell you that your mother and I are not, we're not on board with this. And we respect anybody else who isn't. We'd like to tell you, we'd like to encourage other people, just don't. Just don't. If you have a chance, to push back, tell those above you, no, this is wrong. Do it. Even if it's a little one. Even if that's all you can muster. If that's the only courage you can muster is telling your upper manager, I'm not doing this one thing. I can't. Or, why? Why do I have to do that? This isn't right. Do it. This isn't the childhood you grew up with, and it's not the childhood anyone could grow up with. The one thing I learned, not the one thing, I've learned a million things, but the one thing that really sticks out to me with having this baby in the house is how much she just adores her freedom, and we're taking it away. You know, we're supposed to look at them in the eye and say, I took away your freedom. I'll let them take away your freedom. It's wrong. You know it's wrong. You know it's wrong to do this to kids, to do this to other adults, to scare people, to threaten them, to say you're going to send them to a camp. A quarantine. I'm sending you to a quarantine camp. Well, that could be your mother. You know, your mom could get a cough, or your mom could have talked to somebody who had a cough, and then she's in a camp. This isn't what any of us were supposed to do with this world. The new normal is a really bad normal.